Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up.
What's going on, good people? How you doing? It's your boy Twins Inc., half of the Chop Team. Today is October 1st. You probably looking like, where's Seth the Dark Child? Well, this episode here is a one-off episode. We will have our show this Sunday. Today's the 1st, so that means that'll be the 3rd. So we'll be here on the 3rd doing live recording. But just want to talk to y'all for a little bit, man. Talk about mental health and life is short. So I just want to, first say this. We have lost one of our DaChop members. If you've been supporting us for a while, we had a guest that been on about 3 or 4 episodes this year. A really good friend of mine, Questboogie. We lost him last Friday, a week from today's date. Actually not. He passed away on Saturday, but I talked to him a week from today, like exactly. I talked to him 2 times. This last Friday around this time, 6 something and 8 o'clock something. We had a good conversation, but my brother passed away the next day. So I just want to, give him his flowers and talk about him for a little bit. Quest Boogie, his name is Carl. Good friend Carl, I met, but I'm relaying for a little bit. So I met Carl back in 2009. Yeah, 9. Yeah, 2009. And it's weird because I met him through my wife. We all worked for the same company at that time frame. I was in one department and there was another department, but we're really good people. You know what? I'm going to say 10. It was 2010 I met him. So how I met him, because me and my wife, we got married in 2010 as well. We got married in 2009, really. But we had our big wedding July 3rd, 2010. And how I met him, because he was our barroom dancer. So for the people who've been rock with me since forever, at my wedding, me and my wife performed a routine, a ballroom dance. It was very smooth and slick. But it was shout out to my brother, Quest Boogie, a.k.a. Carl, because he was a ballroom instructor. So he was really good. He can really move. And that's how me and him linked up. He came to the crib multiple times, first to hang out because traffic in Atlanta is crazy. So if you live in Atlanta and you get off around 5 o'clock, you got to drive across town, yeah, you're going to need someone to kick it for a few hours. So you always come to my crib. We chill. We kick out. My wife always cooked food. We always ate. And we would play video games and chill. But yes, Quest Boogie, a.k.a. Carl, he taught us how to dance. And that's how our friendship started from there. And then, one of the things about my wedding is that he met his wife at my wedding. At my wedding, he met his wife. Matter of fact, we was playing Madden. I want to say he was playing with the Cowboys. And this is where I had Marion Barber. So all my football heads and Madden dudes, who Marvin Barber was at that time. He was a beast, right? He was like, anyway, look him up, Marion Barber. And I was playing with the Steelers. So we was playing a video game, chilling, mind our business. And then his wife walked in. We was like, we didn't know. We just looked like, who that? I'm like, I don't know who that. And come find out that my wife's friend, they was going to hang out. And he gave me a look like, I was like, I got you. I'm going to see what I could do. You know what I mean? But anyway, fast forward. Long story short, I'm not getting into all that. But they hook up. They got married. Just that simple. Boom. So we got married 2010. I want to say they got married either 11 or 12. But we've been rocking from that 2010 date all the way up until now, right? And, we have kids. Our wives are best friends. So I want to say they planned this. So our sons are months apart. My son's birthday is in January. His son's in December, but I mean, I know it's like a year, but it's not a year. It's just a month. He was born in December. My son was born in January. They're really months apart. My son's 7. They're both 7. So we had a really tight-knit relationship. We've been through a lot, ups and downs, like brothers. I'm a twin brother and have an older brother. Love them to death. My day ones, because that's blood. But outside of that, outside of my twin brother, my older brother, Questboogie was a brother to me. He was that friend. Anyone who knows me personally, Twins Inc., Dwayne, knows me personally that I'm not good with making guy friends, right? Like I look at guys sideways. I trust nobody. I mean, I don't trust guys, number one. Don't trust them, right? So the fact that he was able to be in my house, around my kids, my family, all that, he's family, he's brother. He's my brother that that wasn't biological. It's just that simple. I can't even break it down any more like that. And we have conversations about many things. You know what I'm saying? We talk about our marriages, our wives, our kids, sports, all that stuff. We play video games all the time. We link up. He was a really good brother, you know, and I had lost a dad. I lost, a lady friend early in my life before I met my wife. So, but this one here cuts deep. This one's almost on the same level as losing my dad, right? Not saying Questboogie was my dad, but he was a brother that close to me. Like, we bonded that much. You know what I'm saying? Straight, no homo. He was a brother to me. And I spoke to him last Friday twice, right? We just, he out doing some work. You know what I'm saying? I call and check up on him because what we do, you know what I'm saying? And that's how he was doing. He said, all right, I'm going to call you back and do this job real quick. Boom. Call you back an hour and a half later. Like, yo, let me tell you about this house I went to. And he's telling me how the house was. First, I went to some, Native American house, right? And he said he went there to do a little inspection, blah, 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 whatever. And he said, man, he walked in the back of the yard because he got to take pictures and stuff. He said they had bushes up to his pockets. Could you imagine walking behind someone's house and having bushes that high? He said, man, I was scared as heck. But then he was in Houston at that time frame, and he was telling me, man, the weather was getting low. So what that means is that, mosquitoes come out more when the sun goes down. I don't know why, but that's happened to be the case with what's going on. But he said, man, they tore his butt up. Like, he got bite marks on his arm. He's like, man, he's telling me in the car. I said, man, as I'm driving, I can see the bumps in my arm. That's how much they tore me up. Like, he said he had like 30 mosquito bites. It's cracking up. But anyway, he said, wait. There's more to the story. I said, more to the story? I said, man, I had to go inside because I got to draw sketches and stuff. I said, oh, Lord, what happened? He said, man, I walked in the crib. They had dirty clothes stacked up to the ceiling. I said, oh, man, I'd have ran out that house. I like, know what? I'm about to pass on this house. He said, as he was walking through that home, anyone who's a homeowner or been in the house and has ever been in the attic, and you walk in the attic, you can't just go up in the attic and walk over, because if you do, you're going to fall through the roof. And so in the attic, they have baseboards where you can walk to get to certain parts of the attic, right? So you got to stay on this. And you step up in anything else, you're going to have a hole in your roof. Funny story. Chunky the Don, he been on the show early in the game. He'd been following the DaChop team. But Chunky the Don, when we was renting the house, our furnace is up in the attic as well, right? And apparently the light went out. He went up there to kind of light it. Yeah, I guess he was walking around and so. But long story short, this man fell through the roof. Now, he didn't fall all the way through, but his leg was dangling. Had a nice big hole in my shower. But anyway, so that's when I'm giving you an idea about the attic. And so he's telling me, as he's walking through these people's house, he got to make sure he walked on these boards. If not, he's going to fall through the floor. He said, oh, my goodness. I ain't never been in the house, been so nasty and funky in my life. I started cracking up. But he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to get something to eat. I'm hungry as hell. I'm going to stop at CVS because, these bites were tearing my arm up because I'm on that. He said, listen, man, because I guess he was in Texas at that time, friend, in Houston, but he was a little distance away from his location where he was staying. So he said, hey, man, if you don't hear from me, man, Texas Chainsaw. And we started cracking, laughing up, whatever. I said, man, shut up, man. And he was telling me he was going to see his son next day. I said, oh, that's dope. Because his son didn't know he was in town. So that's going to be a pop-up. Because we always talk about our sons. Our sons, like I said, are a month apart. And it's cool because we all play Fortnite together. You know, it'd be my kids and his son, because he got one, I got two, I got a boy and a girl, but we'll all be there kicking it, playing games and stuff. Just having a good old time, cracking, laughing up. So anyway, so he said, Texas Chainsaw. I better shut up. But it was like I said, he was telling me that tomorrow, the next day, Saturday, he gonna pick up his son and they'll have a good old time. I'm like, that's dope. I said, when you get back, come through, man, so we can get this man and we'll bust your head. And also I need help. I need help building some stuff. Because a couple weeks ago, I went over his house. This man had me putting the desk together at his house, had to put a bin together at his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I told him, man, I'm gonna start come over your house, man, because every time I come over, you got me working. And he started laughing. I said, but I feed you, though. I said, you're right, though. You do make sure brother ain't hungry, though. I appreciate you. But it's all love, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all brothers do. We come over here, kick it, chill, eat food, whatever. That's what it is. Same thing. That's that brother love. And I think it's good for men. You know, if your family is close enough to you and you have a brother that you can talk to and vent to and stuff like that, it's good to have. Men need to have that outlet of someone who you can talk to, and also someone they can trust. You know, you just don't want to tell anybody anything to where you get in an argument with somebody and the person will throw your business out in the street because they mad at you. No. Do me and him argue? Of course, all the time. But have we fell out? No. We've been friends for over 2010 to 2021. So 11 years, never had any falling out. No beef, nothing like that. I tell him stuff, he tell me stuff, we crack it up, whatever. We've been on trips together and everything. But anyway, back to the story. So yeah, we hung up. That was cool. Next day, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the Savage Race Run. I get a phone call telling me he passed away. I'm like, what? I hung up the phone like, nah. Don't play with me like that. I just talked to my brother the night before. He ain't saying nothing was wrong with him. He was cool, good old time. He's going to come, you know what I'm saying? To get back, we was going to link up like we always do. He lives about 15, 20 minutes away from where I live now, so I'm always going to his crib. He always come over here. Yeah, our brother, Questboogie, passed away, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough, man. There's no words. Anything I can say, man, it's tough because, you know, we have that tight bond. You know what I'm saying? And our sons, we have plans that what we're going to do with our sons at the same age, football, sports, whatever. We had things we're going to do. We even talked about how we're going to raise our sons differently than us. He was telling me his story as, you know, he grew up with his mama first, and then things happened where they live with his dad. And he really was happy and blessed to have these valuable years with his dad growing up. And now when he had his own son, he knew how he wanted to raise his son, and the things that he went through growing up, he wanted to make sure his son didn't have those hurdles per se, right? And life lessons and things. So now, like the fact that he's gone now is like, oh, it hurts, you know? And, you know, his son, they live in Houston, so, but our kids are like best friends. So I'm always going to be around his son. But, you know, I'm going to try to do my best to kind of not be his dad, but before to help be that guidance and, you know, help carry on the legacy that he wanted to have for his son, the conversation, the things that he wanted his son to be, and, you know, at least the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, our age, like I'm 39, I'll be 40 next year, but the way that we grew up, there's a lot of things that we didn't know about life, and we had to learn through trials and tribulations. And that's one thing that we was definitely going to pour into our sons and my daughter, the knowledge that we didn't have so they can do better than us, right? And I think that's the goal when it comes to parenting, is that as a parent, you always want to make sure you get your kids all the tools and resources so they can be a better version of their self. Like, I want my kids to do better than me. And I want my kids, when they have kids do better than them. It's how life should be. It shouldn't be like, oh, no, well, they got to figure out for themselves. See, that's where we as a whole fall short with developing or helping our younger generation, because people are just like, I want to say selfish, or just don't want to see the next person happy, next person succeed. It's like, because I wasn't happy in my life, well, you got to figure out yourself because no one told me. We got to break that cycle. We got to break that chain. Listen, I get it. There's only one life to live. And I'm learning firsthand right now. I'm losing one of my best friends. One of my closest best friends here in Georgia. Because at this point now, I still got a stepdaughter child, my brother too as well. But me, Questboogie, man, that's 10 years plus. 10 years plus of friendship. Everything. Travel, vacationing, kids, all that. We just did, like this summer, we had our kids and went to an indoor, I can't think of the place's name off the top of my head, but, with a jump house. Kids had jumping house, they had go-kart, they had climbing, virtual reality. We spent a whole day in there with our kids. Was we sore? We tired? Yes. But guess what? We did it for our kids. And they had a ball. And we went to the movies. I can't think of the movie we saw, but those two was knocked out sleep. Got pictures of him and son. And I'm glad I had those moments to enjoy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, life is short. You do not know when someone's not going to be here anymore. Listen, I don't care if it's a simple text. Reach out to your loved one. Just tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good. You just want to tell them you love them, because you do not know or will not know when it's your time to go. It's just that simple. Going through a tough week last week, and even now, just thinking about it, I was given 2 opportunities Friday to talk to my brother, not knowing those last 2 times will be a goodbye, like goodbye. It's tough to think that he's not here no more. It's a week from today. No. But I wanted to get this out off my chest. I had to get it out and put it out there. We'll be back, like I said, Sunday, me and Stepdaughter Child, some good topics. But I had to get this off my chest and let, salute to him. I wanted to put this out here in the atmosphere because he has his content on my channel, and our the DaChop team platform is there as well. And one of the things about the podcast or even YouTube that we are doing, me, Questboogie and Stepdaughter Child was doing, is that the information we're giving now is for the younger generation, for young people to take bits and pieces of it, and run with it. If the information that I'm telling now, if I knew when I was younger, I probably would have navigated through life a little differently. But also on top of that, all this, if something were to happen to me, the twins ain't Dwayne, and my kids want to hear my voice and know more about me, right? Guess what? I'm online. They can find me on YouTube. They can find me on a podcast, on all platforms. My content is out there. So, I just leaving a digital footprint for my kids. And I said it because, my dad died when I was 15. Now, mind you, cell phones was just coming out around that time frame. My dad had a cell phone. He had one of them big block cell phones, right? Big flip ones, big one, weigh like 5 pounds. Yeah, he had one of those. But I said because after he passed, or when he passed, trying to get anything from him, a piece of anything from it, is like pulling teeth, because my dad grew up in the era there was no cell phone, there was no social media. So any pictures that he may have as a kid or a teenager or whatever, it's in someone's house somewhere, buried down in a photo albums. And yes, my young folks, we take pictures and put them in photo albums. We open a photo album up and you flip through it and see pictures of everyone. It's not going on social media. No, we have actual physical photo albums. I know my mom got some in her house right now. So next time I visit my mom in Pittsburgh, I'm definitely going to try to go. And I'm not going to take your pictures, Mom. I just want to see the pictures, and I'm going to take it with my cell phone, and I'm going to take a picture of it so I can have a digital copy. Okay? You can keep your pictures. I just want a digital copy. I say that, ladies and gentlemen. My mom do listen to the show as well. So when I come up there, she'll know what I'm doing. I've been taking out my pictures. I'm not, Mom. Just want to get a picture so I can always have the photo. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the DaChop team. Like I said, we'll be recording Sunday, 3 p.m.-ish. Black folks, right? Not sure what the topic is going to be this Sunday, but we'll have something to talk about. The episodes drop on Monday mornings, 7 a.m. on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker. They're all the major ones. I think Google something. We're out there. So if you just type in the DaChop team, it'll pop up. Also, another plug-in too, Twins Inc. is my own personal show as well. Twins Inc. Talk. And also on Mondays, only on Stereo app, we have The Real Deal versus How You Feel with me, Twins Inc., and Miss I Speak Life. And her IG is You Are Covered. And we have talked about some great topics. I think the topic we have for Monday, and also is Monday on The Real Deal versus How You Feel, it's Monday at 6 p.m. on the Stereo app. So go to your Google Play Store, Apple Store, and download Stereo app. Free app. Download it. Follow Twins Inc. Follow Miss I Speak Life. If you follow me, you'll be easy to find Miss I Speak Life because we do the shows together all the time. But follow us. The topic we have for Monday for The Real Deal versus How You Feel is dating. Is dating still a thing in 2021 and 2022? Is dating still a thing? And we'll dive more into that in our conversation on The Real Deal versus How You Feel. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in today on this Friday night. And I'm loading this up tonight as well because I want to make sure it's fresh out there. And like I said, your significant others, whoever, you hug them. You tell them you love them. Tomorrow is not promised. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Twins Inc., and I'm out. Later.